What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Pepsi, the dude with attitude. So crack a 40 and check your rollies, and may the 4th be with you. It's May the 4th, the day of Star Wars, one of the many days, as it turns out, because every year it seems like we get more. And today we celebrate that which is a galaxy far, far away, and we're doing it with Battlefront and returning members of the channel, the other dudes who will be helping me with this wonderful tribute to that which is Star Wars is Austin, aka Mighty One, Carlos, aka Carly, aka, you know, let's do it. So, who knows when Star Wars actually officially came out with the very first movie?
1836.
1777. No, 1977.
1836.
Alright, for those
the
watching
year
who
they
don't
came.
know, the first movie came out in 1977.
77.
And it quickly became a worldwide pop culture phenomenon, which led to books, comics, TV shows, spin-offs, movies, and events all around, you know, all around the world. And here we are. Hey, Big Daddy.
Big boy.
So this is from the Clone Wars on droids.
Carlos, spawn. Carlos, get out of combat. Thank you.
I don't want to.
Got the kill. Armand. I'm dead now.
Oh
But I got 2 kills.
I am big boy. Oh my god, there's fucking 5 of them. These are some hot boys. Thanos. It's Thanos. Oh my god.
Being a ballsy motherfucker! And I died. But I did a lot of damage, so I'm cool.
Come on, boys.
I got one-shotted.
For the Separatists and the Galactic Gungan.
What the hell?
Oh, we will. Oh.
Holy shit! Yoda fucking pushed me up against the wall! Yoda raped
What a
me.
savage.
No,
Whoa.
Yoda literally touched me. Got a combat.
That's kind of scary. He touched you
Yeah,
with
he
his
did
big
touch.
throbbing lightsaber.
I
he
took
did,
out the
though.
turret, I took out the turret, I took out the turret.
Oh my god,
I
Yoda!
took out my life, and we have 3 reinforcements left.
Love it. This is what happened in
They
the Clone Wars
destroyed.
TV show. They repelled the enemy.
But not... Yeah.
Kashyyyk skin. We're not even fucking Kashyyyk. What are you?
Oh my god.
Vanguard kill. They have the Emperor there, so that's a big worry. Thanks for the boost, Carlos.
Oh,
Just
the
Emperor's
Empire.
here. The Emperor.
That's the
Emperor!
Empire!
It's the Emperor! I died.
Long live the Empire! Until now. Penis. You're Obi-Wan Austin? What the fuck?
Die, you Jew! Oh shit, I'm gonna... I
We know
suck.
the best, isn't now.
Anakin now, he's 8,000 battle points on his era maps. And on non-era maps, he's 10,000.
How is that
Why?
fucking droid
It's
not
because
dead?
Double Admin works more
Watch
often,
out!
doesn't it?
Yeah,
Those top it
same.
only doesn't work as much.
I'd rather just double tap. It
What
feels
happened to the good
crazy.
days when the fucking vehicle turret would work on the bad guys as well? It doesn't work.
Oh, they got
anymore.
rid of that. It was way overpowered. They got rid of it.
That's bullshit.
It's overpowered. It does splash damage. Remember on Crate on like Leia's blaster thing where you could just like hold L2 and what was it called? Like it just go halfway across the map. It was kind of like that. It was
Why
basically.
they make Anakin so damn much? He's not even that fucking good.
Since we're playing the Clone Wars, what was y'all's favorite adaptation of the actual war that happened between the clones and the droids? Was it the 2003 or was it the one that came in 2008?
2003.
2003? What a way to kick off Heroes versus Villains. 2 original characters and 2 prequel characters. And what better duos? You got fucking Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then you got Luke and his sister. Over here you got Kylo from the sequel. I couldn't even... Fuck. So, we're on Hoth. A big original battle happened here. Can anyone tell me what movie?
Empire.
Empire Strikes Back. One of the most beloved and often mentioned as one of the favorites of many people's, of many fans, you know. Can anyone tell me when Empire Strikes Back came out?
1980.
I don't remember.
It was 1980, and it was not directed by George Lucas. The story,
Ivan.
the story was directed. The story was by George Lucas. George Lucas directed A New Hope, originally just called Star Wars, in 1977, and then this came out in Empire Strikes Back came out May 21st, 1980, 3 years before Return of the Jedi, which is often considered everyone else's favorite as well. It's usually Empire or Return of the Jedi, at least from the originals. What is y'all's favorites from the originals, and why?
Empire Strikes Back. And for
Why is
me,
that,
it's kinda
Carlos?
Because, I don't know. See, you know it's really good when it's a 2-hour movie, and you can, when you watch it, it feels like it's like 10 minutes. Because you're just so engulfed in the story, you don't even count the time.
Definitely.
So like interesting. That's like you just get lost in the story. That's why it's just really special.
Alright, and awesome. What's your favorite out of the originals?
Return of the Jedi.
Why is that?
It's just the last one is the best. I have no particular reason, I just like it the most.
Yeah, just good story, good combat, good ending.
Yeah, that.
There's nothing
That's
really
last
bad about it. The
episode.
only thing I found bad about it was there was a deleted scene where Luke created his green lightsaber, and they cut that for whatever freaking reason. I don't even know why they cut it.
Some of the parts of the Ewoks for me can be a little bit slow and
Yeah, that movie has a few slow parts, but it's definitely good. My favorite out of the originals is Empire Strikes Back, and that's also my favorite version of Vader. You know, he's far more dominant with the lightsaber play. You know, we also, you know, Luke finally uses the blue lightsaber, you know, which is also my favorite color and my favorite lightsaber in general. It's that I remember that was the first Star Wars movie I watched, and it was back in the 90s that I probably watched it, I think. Or no. Yeah. I think the first time I watched it was early 90s, early 2000s. I remember
I watched the movie so much on VHS that the sticker on the VHS tape, it fell off. That's how much I watched it.
Alright. What is everyone's least favorite out of the originals? Carlos.
Probably A New Hope.
That's what I was gonna say.
The
Alright.
scene
More
fight-
character building. A lot of
Yeah,
character
the
building.
movie is always going to be one of my favorite movies of all time, but it's, you know, of all Star Wars, it's down there because, you know, it's the first one. You don't expect it to be the best, but it is amazing.
So guys, what's your favorite trilogy out of all the trilogies? Original, sequel, or prequel?
Original.
Original? I'd have to say original too. And that's not shitting on the... We're not trying to shit on the prequels or the sequels. Personally, I like all of the trilogies, although I do like the original and the prequel a little bit better. Definitely the original, you know. Like I said, I grew up watching that. honestly, the scene in Hoth in Empire Strikes Back where Vader's coming through like a badass with that music is also one of the most chilling and one of my favorite scenes, if I'm being entirely honest. And like I said, it was my favorite Vader. He looks different, you know. There's a bunch of different Vaders throughout all the movies, but like I said, that one's my favorite. It just seemed more sinister.
I love that, like, before that scene, he's like, he is as clumsy as he's stupid, and then he fucking chokes him to death. That scene's just, I love that scene. Just Vader being fucking Vader.
Yeah. No one really liked The Phantom Menace. Now, while I'm into it, I like every single Star Wars movie I have liked. I haven't actually hated any of them, but there's been some that I don't like all that much. Like, they're just okay, but they're still important to the story. I liked Phantom Menace, had one of the best lightsaber fights, and it was important for the story. Attack of the Clones, you know, the dialogue, but Hayden Christensen did well. Here's what I'm saying. Everyone says that Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones were bad, but Revenge of the Sith saved that whole trilogy. Well, a lot of people say, you know, The Force Awakens, it's just a copy of New Hope, and, well, you know, Last Jedi was trash, which I disagree with both of those statements. Here's the thing. The Rise of Skywalker, the very last, could be what saves this trilogy and ends the franchise in such a huge way. You know, Return of the Jedi ended that trilogy great. It didn't save the trilogy because that trilogy didn't need saving. Revenge of the Sith not only saved that trilogy, but I think it was a good way to end it. You know, was it flawless? No, but it was still really good. So I think Rise of Skywalker could be a way, because however you feel about The Force Awakens, J.J. Abrams did a hell of a good job, in my opinion. And especially on effects and on story, even though there were similarities, yes. And I feel like we should give him a chance. I've seen his other work in movies and in TV shows. If anyone can fix the trilogy, as other people say, then it's him. Personally, I don't think it needs fixing. Like I said, I don't hold any... The only thing I didn't really like about The Last Jedi was Snoke dying. I feel like that was way too quick. We didn't know enough.
See, to me, the sequel trilogy is a lot like the prequel trilogy in like a way. Like, you'll see, but the Phantom Menace and the Force Awakens, there's not a lot like that they're similar to, you know. Like, they're both pretty damn good. Not like, I mean, like, no, not really Phantom Menace, but like, the Force Awakens is pretty damn good. But like, Phantom Menace is like, eh. But I feel like Force Awakens, I don't like it as much as The Last Jedi. But then, with like Attack of the Clones and Last Jedi, they're both pretty good, but they aren't like amazing. But they're both like really good. And then I hope it's the same with the third movie, where it's like one of the best.
Well, see, personally, in my eyes, if I had to put my favorites in order, this is my list: Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi. Or no. Empire Strikes Back. Oh crap, hold up. Oh, I killed Luke. Or I killed Anakin. I killed myself. Empire Strikes Back. Oh man, I gotta wait. My favorites would be Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, and The Last Jedi. And then The Force Awakens. So The Last Jedi is definitely in my top 5. It's like number 5. Sorry, I consider it definitely really good.
I know. I see. That's how the Attack of the Clones is for me. Like, I think it's really good, but like it isn't like the best one, but it's up there. And then I hope the third movie, for both trilogies, like Revenge of the Sith, would be amazing.
Oh no! You know, my marathon, everyone's like, man, a Star Wars marathon, you know, to be a real veteran, it takes a week if you want to watch everything. No, for me, it literally takes around 3 weeks, so.
Exactly, I was like, why don't you want?
Here we go. I actually enjoyed the space battles in Battlefront 2015. Not even gonna lie, but it could have been
They're
better. It
better
wasn't
in this,
really.
but they weren't
They're
bad.
better in this, but they weren't bad. I feel like that was a stepping stone. I kind of feel like Battlefront 2015 was the beta to this, if I'm being quite honest. You know, space battles were my favorite back in the day with Battlefront 2005. You know, I just run around, and this, I honestly feel like space battles now are the best they've ever been. I'll be legit. Like, I have my least favorite maps. Like, this is one of my least favorites. But that said, that doesn't mean I don't like playing it. It's just I like the Clone Wars ones. Yeah. And I'm at the top of the board.
And see, when it comes to Star Wars, one of my favorite battles, and I will never get those last like 20 minutes of Return of the Jedi. They're so good. Like the space battle, then you get the
would you say that's your favorite space battle?
Maybe. Another good one is the one from Revenge of the Sith.
Honestly, if we're being honest, one of my favorite ones is the one in Revenge of the Sith, or the one in the Last Jedi. The very beginning opening scene.
Yeah, that one's also really good.
Yeah, I loved that.
I think this one's my favorite. The one, the Battle of Endor. That one's really good to me.
A lot of people give the one from Revenge of the Sith a lot of hate. I'll never understand that. I liked the one in Revenge of the Sith. It was such a huge battle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I loved the Clone Wars Malevolence fight with that big machine in the very beginning of Season 1. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That thing that could literally take out the power of a fucking ship and whatnot. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the Clone Wars, but I want to get into it because I heard in Season 8, I watched in the video, right? So I was talking about the thing they might have in Season 8, which is the Battle of Mandalore. And it sounds cool.
They're gonna.
It sounds so cool.
That's part of the comic, and that's what they planned on.
I want to get into the Clone Wars TV show. I just never watched it. I watched a bit of it, but...
Now, I'm gonna be honest for those watching. This is probably my favorite version of the Falcon from Solo. And it also has one of my favorite scenes in Solo with them going into hyperspace, or speeding up with the Falcon. It's really cool. I've always kind of liked it.
I really like Solo.
I like Solo too. It got a lot of hate. If you haven't seen it because you were boycotting, you missed out. Like, yeah, I wish it would have had Kashyyyk. You know, I wish they could have fit that in there, but they didn't. And, you know, the actor wasn't as bad as people said. I'm sorry, he wasn't.
I think the actor's actually pretty good. And for me, it's like
great.
Yeah, for me it was like
it's like when people boycotted Hayden Christensen for doing Anakin. He did it perfectly. I don't know who else I play Anakin.
It was the dialogue. I didn't like the dialogue they gave him, but at the same time he didn't do as bad as people said. He did the best with what he got. Even Ian McGregor, the one who played Obi-Wan, his lines weren't even the best. But that was because of what they gave him. George Lucas should have never did the fucking dialogue. That was the biggest mistake for the prequels. Now, I love George Lucas.
He's really good with stories, but he's not good at dialogue.
Yeah.
That's something everybody says. But with Hayden Christensen, I feel like his dialogue isn't that bad.
Mighty One, what's your favorite space battle from the movies?
It's either the one from Revenge of the Sith or the one from the opening of The Last Jedi. One of those two.
What's y'all's least favorite?
Honestly, I can't put a finger on it.
The one from Phantom Menace. That one's the worst.
Phantom Menace?
I honestly don't remember that. I don't remember that
I'm sorry. I liked the one from Phantom Menace. I mean, it wasn't the best. It's probably the least best.
I don't even remember that.
Actually, I don't know. It just wasn't anything special. Okay, pretty much it's that scene where they're destroying the Separatist thing or whatever. Not the gun.
That wasn't too bad.
It was so cringy. He was like, "I'll play a spinning replica trick." That's when he says that. He's
being a kid.
But I can't. Okay, I don't understand how he fucking flies a fucking ship. He's a kid. He's never like.
He attempts to
Most
do
things done
something.
is
What's he gonna
progress.
do? Shit in the cockpit? He probably did.
He's probably. I see. The thing that pissing me off is that he's like so good at it, and then he destroys the separatist thing by like accident or something. It's just I find it really stupid. It reminds me of fucking Jar Jar Binks and how he just like takes over the whole like, with the whole army.
George Lucas
Alright,
did.
George Lucas
George
doesn't,
Lucas. Yeah, no, George Lucas made Jar Jar the council because everyone hated him. He did it as like a middle finger, basically.
I don't know if
It
that's
was
true or
funny.
not. I can't comment or speculate. But he definitely wasn't in charge of the army. That's not true, but...
No, well, he changed the tide of like the battle. Like he literally like he was like killing a bunch of people all over, and he was just like messing like jumping around like clueless.
One hell of a pilot. A lot of people didn't like that they made him like Luke Skywalker, and he was like really good pilot. So they're trying to make him a force sensitive. No, he's just really good, good pilot.
See, that's it.
I
That's
liked
especially.
that.
He's the fucking greatest pilot. I'm cool with him being the
Yeah.
greatest pilot.
Anakin was
I
the
know, I like that, but I'm not a fucking little 10-year-old or 9-year-old. It makes
No,
fucking.
I'm talking
stupid.
about Poe Dameron.
Well, Anakin wasn't the best
Damn.
pilot when he was younger. He just got lucky and saved everybody. It was
I'm talking about Poe Dameron.
Oh yeah, I know.
Damn, who's fucking? I love him. He's badass.
Oh, there we go. Personally. Oh, here we go. Camino.
Oh.
And all that. What's y'all's favorite Starfighter Assault maps in Battlefront?
Battlefront 1 or 2?
Battlefront, there's only Battlefront 2 that has real space battles.
Personally, I like the Death Star one. Honestly, that one was cool. There's also one in the First Order where you're attacking a dreadnought or a dreadnought. That one's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't played a lot of them.
So what's a
Whoa.
final space battle, and where would you want it to be for the Rise of Skywalker?
Sure, I would think would be interesting. Jakku, where it all started. Jakku would be interesting.
What I would like to see, and that's not where it all started, but that's actually where it kind of all ended for the Empire. But I get what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah. I would like them to show a flashback showing that battle, and then show the current Jakku.
Because the thing is, though, the only really like actual like battle that we can kind of like have it like rendered like a movie type is in this game. That's yeah.
Loss confirmed. Return to base for salvage processing.
For those watching, now we're doing Capital Supremacy. I'll be using my 501st Legion for my assault. I'll be using my 2012 Attack Battalion for my heavy. I'll be using for my officer, my Coruscant Guard, and for specialists, I'll be using basically the Kashyyyk 41st Ranger Platoon.
Let's raid this, boys.
Making themselves all cozy on Geonosis again. We identified some weak points on that Separatist cruiser. And if there's one thing we love, it's weak points. You know the drill. Take those command posts.
Alright, let's go. This is Capital Supremacy. It's one of the newest modes. It has two maps, Kashyyyk and Geonosis. It's a pretty fun mode, if I'm being entirely honest. Kind of like Galactic Assault in ways, but also different. I like both Galactic Assault and Capital Supremacy. I go back and forth. But if you want a really long and lengthy battle, like maybe not every single time, but most of the time, this mode takes about an hour to finish. What is everyone's favorite Star Wars game?
Honestly, it's either the 2005 version or this version.
Oh, so a Battlefront game. What about you, Carlos?
I want to play the Force Unleashed. I haven't played either of them. But I think I really like them. Or maybe Knights of the Old Republic is good too. I haven't played a lot of them. I only played this one and first Battlefront, and the 2015 version.
No, I played the 2015 Battlefront. It had its good sides. My favorite was Survival. Me and my buddy, my brother Brandon, we would play those and just stay up late drinking stuff and just chill out and play it on master difficulty and rage whenever we lost. I really was disappointed when they didn't include that with this game, but this game, like I was saying, I feel like Battlefront 2015 was the beta to this. I feel like this is what Battlefront 1 should have been. But my favorite Star Wars game, that's tough. I have played a lot. I've played the Legos, I've played both Force Unleashed, I've played Revenge of the Sith, I've played Star Wars Bounty Hunter, I've probably played over 10 Star Wars games. And while Battlefront 2 is my favorite multiplayer Star Wars game, I'd probably have to say my favorite is between Star Wars Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I did like Force Unleashed too. For those that hear a lot of hate on that, the lightsaber combat was fun. It's just the story could have been longer and it could have had a better payoff. Like, they didn't make a sequel to it, so if you finished it and did the light side ending, it kind of sucked. But Star Wars Revenge of the Sith was one of the very first games I played of Star Wars, next to the Lego games. And I loved it. You could do versus, you could do Vader versus Vader, you could do this, you could do that. It was really a good game, really fun. And shout out to the new game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That's coming out in November. They've already released a little bit of a teaser and a trailer, and it looks good. It takes place in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, so we're getting more content for there. It's story based. I don't know if they're gonna have multiplayer with it, but if they do, I'm pretty sure it'd be fun.
It's just gonna be story.
Yeah, it's
gonna be longer than
no
8 hours.
microtransactions or anything. That's kind of nice.
They said it's gonna be longer than 8 hours too, so I'll have to wait and see.
We'll just have to wait and see. I mean,
It's like the Star Wars game that, you know, people have been wanting.
well, a lot of people have been wanting an Old Republic one, kind of like they've made for PC, but they've also been wanting the same thing for movies. I'm excited about it. It comes out in November. Be sure to check it out. Should be a good one.
Yeah,
so that's about
by Respawn, so I'm really excited for it.
I'm really excited for it as well.
Clearing out the clankers.
Speaking of clankers, they've been involved in some of the biggest battles, ground battles, and just battles in Star Wars in general. Why can't I fire? What is some of y'all's favorite ground battles?
You almost got this.
You don't say. I agree. No.
My favorite battle? I really like the battle of the clones, you know, the Battle of Geonos. I also really like the Sheik Battle of Endor is also good. They're all really good. I don't really have much of a favorite.
What about you,
I like all of
Austin? What's one of your favorite ground battles?
Ground
or
battles?
Some of your favorites?
Geonosis or Endor?
I would probably say the same, although I am going to go ahead and add that I really did enjoy... Oh, hold up. Ow! It's not very nice. Oh shit, he got me anyway. I liked the Hoth battle a lot, because that was actually one of the first big ground battles we had, because you didn't really have one on Yavin that they really showed us. So to finally get that here later was pretty cool. I liked the Kashyyyk. I wish they would have showed more of it.
Enemy leader attacking!
You know, it was definitely interesting to see the Wookiees, and you know, it showed us 5 minutes of 5 seconds of awesomeness, but that's all it was, 5 seconds. Who can agree with me on that?
What?
She?
On Kashyyyk,
It was only like 5 seconds. Yeah, I can stand with that.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
exactly. What's some of y'all's least favorite ground battles?
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Everyone taking a shot at Phantom Menace.
I
Fair
liked
though.
Phantom Menace. Probably my least favorite ground battle.
don't
I mean,
really
I
have
liked
one.
I liked the one in Revenge of the Sith. But
I forgot about the one in Revenge of the Sith. That one's probably one of my favorites.
That's the one, the second one they were talking about.
like there's a lot of ground battles. But I think the one on Kashyyyk's probably my least favorite. I loved it, but they didn't show enough of it. That's the only reason. I liked
Alright,
the
before we talk
Phantom
about this,
Menace.
Spoiler.
What?
Spoilers for Revenge of the Sith.
What do you mean? Spoilers. Fuck you. But I like them all. I like Phantom Menace. I like Attack of the Clones. I like the ones in Revenge of the Sith. You know, and when I say ground, you know, I feel like they could have showed the Jedi Temple scene a little bit more. That was technically a ground battle, I guess you could say.
What was it? What was technically a ground battle?
The one at the Jedi Temple in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of my favorite ones.
Probably ground battle, yeah.
But yeah, probably my least favorite's Kashyyyk because I feel like it had potential to be really good, and they didn't do it. They showed us very little. And they could have made the movie a lot longer to show us more battle scenes and whatnot, but it is what it is. You know, if anything, stuff like Lord of the Rings and Avengers Endgame prove that just because a movie's 3 hours, or for Endgame 3 hours and 17 minutes, it can be pulled off. It can be really freaking good.
I mean, look at Lord of the Rings. Look at Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. Well,
The
that's
Lord of the Rings movie?
yeah. That's what I said. Yeah. Exactly.
You may not have finished the mission this time, but that window's not shut.
Speaking of,
Just
you know,
give me
3 hours,
back and recapture
I
some
hope
of those command
episode 9 is 3 hours long. If it isn't, I'm gonna be kind of iffy. I don't know
Well-
what they're gonna do if they don't have, you know, at least 3 hours. To
3
close
hours
off
to
all of Star
explain
Wars.
everything. To explain everything. And I said
Yeah.
it would connect everything. I feel like a lot of people would be happy if they made it 3 hours, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna have the actual. They don't have to rush anything at all. They'll have 3 hours to have an epic battle. You know, some star fighters. You know.
I think they should just make it as long as they fucking want. I don't care how long the movie is, as long as every part of it's good.
Yeah.
So, who are some of y'all's favorite characters in Star Wars in general? My favorite is Anakin/Vader.
Yeah, same with me. Another good one. My top 3 are the Anakin / Vader, and Luke, and then Obi-Wan. Those are my favorites.
Obi-Wan, Leia, and probably I know this is very popular. C-3PO because he's been through all of it. Or R2-D2.
Alright, so my overall favorites are Anakin/Vader, Palpatine, and hold up. I liked Qui-Gon. I liked Obi-Wan, but after Palpatine, I'd probably go with Director Krennic.
Wait, we can't forget about the one god, Jar Jar Binks. We can't forget about that.
Wait, Jar Jar Krennic is.
Who's Jar Jar Binks?
Third favorite?
Who's that?
The
What
guy that
even-
caused
What
the
did
entire...
Director Krennic do? All he had is one. I don't know. I
But-
don't like him.
That's fine, but he had a lot of good scenes, and he was a really good bad guy. I liked Director Krennic. I liked the actor. He was perfect.
He did a lot without doing it on screen. Here's a crazy theory. Han and Leia never existed. They were just figment of imaginations to help Luke get through everything. And like the movies actually never happened. Just Luke went clinically insane because the Empire started killing off people on Tatooine for their experiments.
So, what are y'all's favorite lightsaber battles? My favorite lightsaber battle.
Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon.
Okay. What about you, Carlos?
Mine's probably it's the top 3 are Anakin versus Obi-Wan, Luke versus Vader, and Luke versus Vader and Palpatine.
My favorites are probably gonna be Anakin versus Obi-Wan is my #1 favorite. Phantom Menace is my second. And my third is Empire Strikes Back, Luke versus Vader. Those are scenes, like, I remember, I've spent an hour when I was younger just rewatching the Phantom Menace fight over and over again. And vice versa with the Anakin and Obi-Wan thing.
Wasn't fucking good.
They canceled. They were gonna make a Han Solo trilogy.
Darth
just about
Maul
Han.
would have been in there. That would have been fucking badass.
I know. I'm sad about that too. Oh yeah. Oh,
Here we
you haven't played
go.
Kashyyyk. You played Capital. Wait, you played Capital Supremacy, right?
Just what
I haven't played Capital
Yeah,
Supremacy
this is-
on Kashyyyk.
moving into the deep
Different. Okay, the difference between Kashyyyk and Geonosis is a completely different area. Kashyyyk, they just took the map and just reworked it a bit and like redesigned it a bit.
Kashyyyk's one of my favorite maps, so. So, Carlos, what are your favorite moments from the Star Wars movies?
Ooh, I really like the part with Anakin and Yoda when Anakin's talking about you know, what was he talking about? Talking about like all like the visions he's having of the future, and then Obi-Wan, and then not Obi-Wan. Yoda's like use that as his whole like speech thing. I don't remember from the top of my head, but I can like visualize it. And like it was in the trailer. I love that scene where he's just like in like that private room with Yoda.
What's one of your least favorite moments?
I don't really know.
You don't have one?
Jar Jar Binks scene, probably.
My least, if we're going by that, yeah. Austin, what's one of your favorites?
Dude, the scene where Jar Jar Binks becomes leader of the Senate. That seems badass.
Okay, what's your
That was
favorite?
awesome.
What's your favorite moment from the movies?
The scene where Jar Jar Binks becomes Senate.
Okay, what's your least favorite?
The scene where Obi-Wan kills Anakin. Oh, almost kills him. That scene sucks. It's trash. Like, who cares? I want more Jar Jar Binks.
Okay, Owen, what's your favorite scene or moment?
When Anakin slaughters the children at the...
Okay, what's your least favorite scene?
That's hard. I don't know.
I don't really have a least favorite scene, but my favorite scenes are
I
my
forgot
top
to-
3 are I Am Your Father, the ending thing after Obi-Wan beats Anakin. He's like, "You're my brother," you know, that whole part. I love that part.
So, some of my favorite things, definitely the I Am Your Father scene is cool, but the fighting stuff and the ending scene with the I Am Your Brother from Revenge of the Sith, good. One I haven't heard anyone mention, the end of Rogue One where they're on that planet and it's blowing up and they're just looking at each other. Whether you think it's love or not, which I think it's just them being like, we did it, we saved everybody, we did something good, and then they're gonna die. That was an ultimate sacrifice scene, and I fucking loved it. And then they turn around and had another good scene with Vader fucking destroying the rebels. That is one of my favorite scenes. I can watch that 100 times.
Spawn on me. Kaboom.
No. Definitely one of my favorite scenes. What else was I gonna say? I enjoyed the Jedi Temple scene, but I think that it could have been more, and they could have showed more. They showed more in the fucking Revenge of the Sith game than they did in the fucking movie, so that was very disappointing. I mean, they didn't show him fighting Sindrawling, which was a huge fight, and it had a good ending in the fucking game. Is when Vader, when they're on Bespin. What's funny?
We're emoting. We're emoting.
Okay. One of my favorite scenes is Bespin, where all of a sudden Vader's there when they open the doors. It gives me chills, and he basically takes the fucking gun and he's like, "We'd be honored if you would join us." And then they sit down and fucking have a meal with Vader. It's like one of the most chilling and horrific scenes. Like, I fucking love that scene. So Owen, who's your favorite characters in Star Wars?
Anakin and the children that were slaughtered.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
No, but seriously, probably General Grievous and Darth Maul.
General Grievous and Darth Maul. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of people are like, who's Darth Maul? He was on screen for 5 seconds, but if you watch Star Wars, The Clone Wars, or Rebels, you know he's an actual big character. What does everyone want from the new trilogy movies after The Rise of Skywalker?
I want another slaughter scene of the children.
Okay, go ahead, Owen. What do you want?
I want Jar Jar Binks to come up and him being the Darth Lord.
Yeah.
Carlos, can I get a serious answer from you?
Yeah, I don't know. I like there to be the Old Republic. That's something I really want. We get the Old Republic, and then another trilogy. Maybe the people, the Game of Thrones writers, or whatever. Their trilogy. If they made Old Republic, I can see that being have an older like medieval type thing.
Oh yeah, I know. I've watched Game of Thrones. If they did it, I'd be really excited. As long as they didn't do, because guys, the sequel trilogy is based, quote unquote, off of legends in a way. That's what they said. So if these guys just did it a little different and actually didn't just base it, actually made it after those fucking things, like Revan and the Eternal Emperor, I think that would be awesome, personally. Personally, all I want from The Rise of Skywalker, I don't even know what I want from The Rise of Skywalker. I'd like an explanation, tie up loose ends, definitely dive more into Snoke, for sure.
Maybe something about the whole name about Rise of Skywalker. Maybe a Skywalker. If they have a good reason for that.
Maybe
Rey.
Rey.
Like to see that.
Yeah.
They should have.
They might already fuck that up though.
Yeah, that's true. Skywalker. This is the end of the Skywalker saga, so, you know, there's been talk of them making an episode 10. If they do, I really don't want them to call it episode 10. You know, this is the 9 movies. This is the Skywalker saga. If you think it's any different, but just because you don't like them, I mean, the first part is basically the fall of Anakin Skywalker. The originals is the redemption of Anakin Skywalker, and then this is like the legacy of Anakin Skywalker in a way. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really talk about Anakin, but in the way that's everything that's influenced. Oh wait. Alrighty, you guys. Well, that's it for this tribute. You got to hear, you know, some of our favorite things about Star Wars, our favorite characters, you know, this and that, and what we want from Star Wars as a conclusion. So, hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If y'all have any differences or y'all have any similarities with some of the stuff we discussed, be sure to comment down below what it is. And if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like. As always, thank you, Austin. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Carlos, for joining me. And to those that watch this, if you enjoyed this and you want to see more videos like this or anything Star Wars, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified for new videos. And we will see you next time. May the 4th be with you.